Hello everyone, welcome to AstroEdify. Today we are going to discuss about the results of weak, afflicted or bad Rahu-Ketu in the chart and what kind of malefic results they can bring or impact they can bring in people's lives if they are not well placed in the chart, and what are the remedies for them that are very important and significant in order to reduce the intensity of Rahu-Ketu and to see the improvement in the negative results which they are bringing in life. So let's start this video. If you want to book a consultation for yourself, you can go on this website. The link is shown in description. So we are discussing about Rahu-Ketu today, and see, generally Rahu-Ketu are natural malefics along with Sun, Mars and Saturn. But here it does not only mean that Rahu-Ketu always give bad results. This video is specifically on the negative results of Rahu and Ketu, so don't expect the positive side here. I have discussed Rahu-Ketu in various zodiac signs and how and actually what Rahu-Ketu are. I've made all the videos in detail. You can watch them on my channel. We have discussed them in great detail. But this is specific today. This topic is mainly upon the negative side of Rahu and Ketu in various aspects of our lives. Now, Rahu-Ketu have good capacities as well depending on the chart. But if they are bad and if they are not making good yogas in the chart, making major dosha, means a malefic bad yoga, then they have tremendous capacity to create losses, harm and bad results of all kinds in all areas of life, whether it is your health, career, money, relationships, marriage, family, whatever. Depending on the chart, they will impact that area. So we are going to discuss first of all the general results that we can expect if Rahu and Ketu are not well placed in the chart, and later on I'll tell the remedies for reducing them, their impact. So first of all, you have to see that what area they are targeting. Okay, so that depends on chart. So in some cases they can be creating negative results with respect to health and life of the person. For somebody they might be creating some issues related to career and money and finances. For somebody, it can be in relationships and marriage or family. So that depends. But in general, any results which we are going to discuss now, if you are experiencing any of them in whatever area of life, most probably in the chart, some or the other way, Rahu and Ketu might have been impacting that particular aspect of life, and you might be experiencing those kind of negative results in that domain. So first of all, let's suppose we discuss about the health front, health and life. So Rahu and Ketu have tremendous capacity to create health problems both on mental scale as well as physical scale. Mental issues of all kinds are generally created by Rahu-Ketu together, specifically if they are influencing the Lagna, the Moon and Mercury or Venus. So they can create any kind of mental issues whatsoever. But the point I am making here is that the intensity will be depending upon other combinations in the chart as well. But in general, any kind of health issues on mental scale, like person is not able to decide, it means indecision, confusion, misdirection. Misdirection means that the areas, the pathways which are good for you, you never even think about them. And the things which are ultimately going to give you failures, constant hardships, no success whatsoever, the person chooses those areas, those directions only, and they think that they are right. That kind of misdirected thinking pattern is given by Rahu-Ketu. Then they can also show wrong use of intellect, means people who use knowledge, who use their intelligence, who use their thinking capacity for in a bad way, in a malefic way, for either to get something in a shortcut way or to harm somebody, that kind of thing. Then Rahu-Ketu can also show any kind of language learning disorders, excessive fear, anxiety, insomnia, sleep issues, mood swings, addictions of all kinds of addictions, drug addictions, alcohol addiction, smoking, gambling, sex addiction, whatever. Any kind of addictions without Rahu-Ketu is not possible. All kind of bad companies. Bad company means people who are around you, your social circle, they are not good. Then depression, chronic depression, psychosis, suicidal tendencies, a constant feeling of unhappiness no matter how accomplished you become. Whatever you have in the world, whatever you thought that, okay, I am going to reach this or get this, and you got that, but still you are unhappy, frustrated, feeling of constant inner emptiness, jealousy, sadism, vengeance, living in the past, holding grudges, demotivation, laziness, procrastination, very poor willpower, leaving things in between, blames and excuses, those kind of things. They are all given by Rahu-Ketu. Then, if they are impacting the physical health, that depends on what kind of body parts they are targeting. That is depending on the chart. But they can show all kind of chronic physical health issues, which don't get easily diagnosed, or they don't get cured at all easily. Rahu-Ketu, if they are making really bad yogas for life, then they can also give death and short lifespan, or akala mrityu. Akala mrityu means death before the actual age. That can be seen. That Rahu-Ketu are the major givers of that. I'm not going to tell you the combinations for that, but Rahu-Ketu are the major reasons for that. But so this is with respect to the health and life part. Now, if we talk about the money and career, so Rahu-Ketu can show constant instability, money, career, or education. So either the education of the person, let's suppose they have constant disinterest, they don't want to study. You are constantly confused. You never find your studies or education interesting. Then it can show failures and gaps and not pass, and very poor academic performance, illiteracy, or people who drop out all the time, and their education is incomplete. So that can be given by Rahu-Ketu and Saturn also. At the same time, with respect to career, they can show instability. Either you're not getting the job, or you are getting the job, but it is not sustaining. Frequent changes are there. So that is one point. Then growth issues are there. Means even if you get the job, but you are getting no growth, it is a dead end job where there is no point, there is no hope for growth at all. That kind of thing can be seen. It can also show either the person is not able to build assets in life, build wealth in life, or even if they get it, they lose it, end up losing it. So loss of assets, loss of money, loss of reputation, loss of position, initial rise in career with the later downfall, all kinds of office politics, which is very common, but you tend to become the victim of office politics and you lose in it. That kind of thing. Enemies, whether hidden enemies or the enemies which are all around you, they are not hidden, but they are in front of you and they win. And it can also hamper your finances. Either the income is inconstant. Let's suppose person is doing a job or a business, the income is inconstant. The loans and debts are accumulating. Savings are not there. And it can show people who do business, it can show business failures, partnership problems, or any kind of deceit in partnership can be seen. Then people who abuse their power. So that can be given by Rahu particularly. So because Rahu also gives corruption. So even if you have some power or position, but person ends up abusing that power, that authority, that position, egomania, greed, selfishness, earning money through illegal, criminal, corrupt activities, any kind of court cases, litigation problems, they are all given by Rahu-Ketu, some or the other way. Mars and Saturn also play a very significant role there, but we are discussing only Rahu-Ketu here. Then, with respect to marriage and relationship or family, again, if they are responsible for that, impacting the 2nd, 4th, 5th, 7th house, or Venus, Jupiter, or the Tithi Lord, then they are going to create problems in marriage, relationship, and family. So it can show either any of these issues whatsoever, which I'm going to tell now. So either the relationships don't happen, means the person, no matter how hard they try, they are not getting into a relationship at all, or they end up into really bad relationships, or the relationships, even if they are good ones, but they don't sustain, some or the other way they end. Then severe delay in marriage, means the age is getting a lot in age, a person is getting a lot in age, like 35, 40 or more than that, and the marriage is not happening. The Rahu-Ketu can play a vital role there. Then the relationship itself, the family life, the marital life, the relationship itself is really negative or toxic. So all kind of problems like lies, cheating, deceit, greed, selfishness, possessiveness, jealousy, distrust, doubt, suspicion, fights, all kind of abusive behavior of all kinds can be seen in marriage or relationship. Then it can show divorce or separation if the combinations are such way in the chart. Then it can also impact the life of the spouse. It can shorten the life of the spouse. It can give multiple relationships or marriages and affairs and cheating and extramarital things, all those kind of stuff that is given by Rahu-Ketu. Particularly, you need to see the combinations for that, but some or the other way, if anybody is having these things, and Rahu-Ketu can play a major role in the chart then. Then for children, let's suppose people who are facing infertility, no matter how hard they try, they don't have that capability to reproduce, the infertility is happening, or abortion, miscarriages. Mars and Ketu play a very vital role. Anybody who is having abortion or miscarriages, Mars and Ketu must be impacting the 5th house or 5th lord or 9th house, 9th lord, some or the other way. So that can be seen. Or the birth of an unhealthy child, or a child who is born that the lifespan of child is not very long, or bad or any bad relationship with the child can be seen. That the child is like your enemy. The relationship with parent-child relationship is very bad, and or it can show any kind of issues with the child or loss of child in any capacity if they are making such bad yogas in the chart. Then last but not the least, that is Rahu-Ketu, particularly Rahu represents adharma. Adharma means certain negative tendencies which can be given by these planets, and they don't make us human, they make us just animals, nothing more than that. So what are those? So Rahu represents adharma. So immorality, unethical behavior, excessive greed, selfishness, no moral compass, no sense of right and wrong. If I want something, I don't care whether somebody is losing something or I'm harming somebody. I just want the thing fulfilled. I just want my desire to be fulfilled. That is what it is. Lies, deceit, cunningness, anger, corruption, illegal, illicit, criminal activities or behavior, vengefulness, blinded materialism. Person only lives for the sake of material pleasures, bodily pleasures, nothing more than that. No conception of or of a thought that there might be something beyond material world. Then excessive self-denial, that is classic Rahu-Ketu. All the problems which I discussed so far, denial will be the base of them. So self-denial, self-deception, high ego mania, all these kind of things, they are all known as adharma. So any kind of these tendencies are there. Majority of the times Rahu and Ketu are the givers of that, particularly Rahu. So these are the general malefic results of Rahu-Ketu which I discussed. Now I'm going to tell you the remedies. Now first of all, see, there is only one practical remedy which I'll suggest, because most of the issues which are discussed here, the person has to work upon them. It's not easy because Rahu-Ketu give a lot of denial, and they don't let the things, they cloud your judgment. They never let you see the things clearly. That is how it becomes difficult to apply the practical aspects. But the only thing which I'll suggest here is that first of all, try to self-introspect, try to be more self-accepting, try to be more accepting of the reality as is, and try to stay away and come out of your own self-denial and deception. The more you are going to live in your own made-up bubble, the bubble is going to burst some or the other way at some point in life. And the later it bursts, the harder it's going to create its impact upon you. So you just have to understand that only thing which can help me out here is I should be more self-accepting, introspective, accepting of the reality. I need to understand that, okay, some issues are there. If there is some responsibility from my end, because I am responsible for them, I need to take into account, and I need to think about properly dealing with it and trying to change myself. Other than that, it's not going to help you. So that is the first major thing, the only practical remedy which I suggest here, which should be done no matter what kind of problems you are facing. And also try to live as much as possible, because if Rahu-Ketu are very, very much negative in the chart, then there is no hope left. But I'm talking about people who are still in some or the initial levels. Don't try to get into the adharma part. Means the more you engage in corruption, bad activities, negative tendencies, it will be it will be a spiral from where you are not going to come out. It will be very difficult. So people who are deep into that, God help them. But you, if you are in the initial stages, you just have to think about that. Okay, because Rahu is temptation. Rahu and Ketu are like, they lure you by giving all these opportunities, which is like, it's like a poisoned apple. So you just go there and you're tempted to eat it, and the moment you eat it, you die. So that is how it is. You just have to understand this. If you are not following this, there is no hope for improving the aspects of Rahu Ketu in the life. Because once a karma is done, you have to face the consequences. So that is for everybody. Nobody escapes it. But other remedies here which are important, yet very, very significant, I'll say that, and they're very simple. I'm not going to tell some very hard remedies. Anybody can follow them, no matter what religion you belong to. So this is the only thing which will help you a lot. To worship Shivalinga. So Shivling, you can, means for Rahu Ketu particularly, and not only Rahu Ketu, for all planets in general, but specifically for Rahu Ketu, worship of Shiva and Shakti is very important. So buy a Shivling, keep it at your place of worship, and it should have a coiled snake around it, and do the Abhishek. Abhishek means offer certain things upon the Shivlinga. So what you do is take a vessel of silver or steel. Silver will be better. Don't use copper. So take some water in it and mix in small quantities some products like milk, sugar, honey, desi ghee means clarified butter, and yogurt, curd. So mix them in small quantities and offer it. Pour it on the Shivlinga. This is known as Abhishek. Do that. After that, clean it with plain water. Apply chandan, sandalwood paste upon that. Put chandan on your forehead. Then if you get bel patra, very good. Otherwise, just offer some flower, whatever leaf. Even if any leaf is available, will be available all around you. So just offer that and do the arti. So do the arti with dhoop, black dhoop. Okay, that is the procedure for worship, worship of Shivlinga. Second, also have a idol or photo of God Ganesha. For Ketu specifically, Ganesha controls it. Okay, so you can offer green grass, some bhoga, and offer bhoga to Shivling also. Bhoga means anything, any fruit, any sweets, or any dry fruit, whatever you have in your home, just offer that. Okay, and same thing, put chandan on Ganesh ji also. Offer the dhoop, durva, do the arti with dhupati, and offer some bhoga. This is the simple process that you do. After that, read the mantras, and first of all, sit on a asan, means sit on a yoga mat or a asan, and in a cross-legged position. It will be best if you are able to sit in Padmasan. Otherwise, sit in cross-legged position simply. Your head and spine should be straight, and the mantras which I will tell you, recite them closely. While closing your eyes, recite those mantras slowly in your mind. You don't have to speak them loudly. So first of all, the mantra that has to be done is of God Ganesha. The mantra is Om Gang Ganapate Namaha. Om Gang Ganapate Namaha. This is the mantra. You can also read Ganesh Atharvashish if you want to. That is also recommended. But every mantra has to be done 108 times, one mala. So you can take a Rudraksh mala with 108 beads and count upon it. So read the mantra, one mala minimum. Next is Mahamrityunjaya. Mahamrityunjaya is a very famous mantra. So this is of Shiva, God Shiva. So read this mantra. One mala minimum. See, one mala is the basic minimum, but if the problems are higher, I will recommend that do the Mahamrityunjaya mantra at least 3 to 5 malas, means 3 to 5 rounds of 108 times. Do that at least. Then the next will be, and if you are able to do it more than that, much better. Next will be the mantra of Shakti, Durga. So Shakti, the mantra will be Om. There are two mantras. Whatever feels comfortable, you can read it. One is Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Dum Durgaye. So Durgaye Namaha. This is one mantra. Second mantra is Om Aing Hrim Klim Chamundaye Viche. Om Aing Hrim Klim Chamundaye Viche. This is the mantra. Okay. So whatever you feel like, read that mantra on same either Rudraksh mala or you can use red sandalwood mala. Same 3 to 5 malas, 3 to 5 rounds of 108 times at least should be done. Apart from that, people who are comfortable reading Sanskrit, they can read Durga Kavach. Excellent to propitiate Rahu-Ketu or all negative planetary aspects. So best is read Durga Kavach. Devi Sukta, you can find it in Durga Shaptashati or Siddha Kunjika Stotra. Any of these three will suffice. Worship of Shiva and Shakti collectively should be done for the Rahu-Ketu negative impacts. And you can also wear a silver chain with a solid silver ball as a pendant in that. Along with that, you can also put Rudraksha, 8-mukhi, 9-mukhi, 14-mukhi Rudraksha. So with 8 faces, 9 faces or 14 faces, there are various types of Rudrakshas. So 8, 9 or 14 mukhi Rudraksha along with the silver ball in the silver chain should be put together and wear them either on a Monday or on a Tuesday after moonrise in the neck. Okay, that can be done. Next will be, you can donate certain things on Wednesday or Saturday. So Wednesday, green vegetables or green moong lentils. And on Saturday, the items like mustard oil, black clothes, black gram, or black urad dal or lentils that can be donated. Then these are simple remedies, what should be done. And understand one thing, which is also important, that by doing these remedies, you will see a lot of improvement within you first. So they tend to bring a lot of mental clarity, decision making improves, misdirection improves, you are able to think properly, decide properly, take correct actions, and it enhances your capacity to become more self-introspective, come out of the self-denial and deception. It also helps you to see things clearly. And the moment you understand that, okay, this is how I should take steps, the decisions, you will see the changes around you in your life as well. So that is how it works. But you need to give it time. Consistency, discipline matters. Follow the remedies which I said to you. If you are not able to do it in the morning time, you can do it any time of the day. Okay, but Abhishek of the Shivalinga should be done before sunset only, not after that. But you can read the mantras later on as well. If you are comfortable reading them reciting them at the night, you can do it at the night time, but do them regularly. That is what matters. Consistency matters, discipline matters, faith matters. Then only it will you will see the changes in yourself, see the changes in your life. And also understand one very important point, that with the help of these remedies, the intensity of their malefic results reduces. It does not make the planets your friends. So it means that the behavior of the planet does not change. There is no remedy whatsoever in the entire universe which can change the behavior of a planet. If some planet is your enemy or some planet is your friend, it will behave that way throughout your life. There is no remedy, no way in order to change that behavior. The only thing that we can do, and that also requires sincere, hard efforts. It's not easy. That the intensity of the malefic planet reduces the intensity to create harm or any kind of losses or troubles or problems, misery, sorrow, suffering whatsoever in life. So the intensity reduces, and at the same time you tend to become strong in order to deal with those challenges, those issues, and come out of them ultimately in a victorious way. That is where the remedies help. So that is all from my side today. regarding the remedies for Rahu-Ketu and the negative results which they can bring depending on the chart. I hope you understood everything which we discussed, and I hope you liked this video. So if you are new to my channel, subscribe below. For more information, Facebook page, post and reels, you can join my Instagram, Facebook page and website. Their links are shown in description. Else we'll meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and thank you.